Dr. Crawford, I am honored to announce that members of the graduating class, the faculty and staff, and administrators of the Chicago School are now present. All are gathered here for the 2024 commencement ceremony in Rosemont, Illinois.
Thank you, Dr. Walsh, and welcome to all. Please join me in standing and facing our flag for the national anthem to the United States. Please be seated. Good morning. I am Dr. Mike Crawford, Campus Dean at the Chicago School, and it is my distinct honor and pleasure to welcome you to the Rosemont Theater for the Chicago School's 2024 commencement ceremony. Absolutely. Commencement is a wonderful tradition at the Chicago School, and we are honored to share it with you. Today marks a major milestone for our students. Your years of learning and growth, both inside and outside of the classroom, have brought you here today in celebration of all of your hard work. But this is also a momentous day for all of you who are here today to celebrate with our graduates, our faculty, family, and friends. I thank all of you for your unwavering support of our students throughout their academic journeys here at the Chicago School, and I cannot wait to get today's celebration started. To begin, I would like to call forward Dr. Ted Schultz, Vice President of Academic Affairs.
Thank you, Dr. Crawford. I have the honor of recognizing the winners of our 2024 Distinguished Teaching and Research Awards. First bestowed in 2006, these honors support and recognize faculty members who demonstrate excellence in the classroom, public service, and multicultural teaching and research. The recipients are nominated by students and their peers. Award recipients in attendance, please stand and be recognized when your name is called. Winner of the Excellence in Teaching Award, Dr. Cynthia Langtu, Clinical Psychology Department, Chicago campus. Winner of the Distinguished Community Engaged Research and Scholarship Award, Dr. Nancy Bothny, Clinical Psychology Department, Chicago campus. Congratulations, and thank you for your academic leadership. I would now like to call forward Dr. Lance Garrison, Dean of the College of Professional Psychology, to introduce the representative of our graduating class.
One of the many traditions at institutions of higher education is to hear from one of our graduates. I am thrilled to present Michelle Ponce Corral from our Master of Arts in Forensic Psychology program as the representative of our graduating class. Michelle Ponce Corral was born and raised in Virginia. She's a first-generation student and the daughter of Mexican immigrants. Her passion for spreading mental health awareness in Hispanic communities and law enforcement has inspired her to pursue her master's in forensic psychology. Michelle started her academic journey at Northern Virginia Community College and transferred to George Mason University to obtain her bachelor's in psychology. She's been an active member of the Chicago School, working diligently as the marketing chair for the Chicago School Student Association for the past 2 years. Additionally, Michelle became a mentor for incoming students within the Forensic Psychology Department mentorship program. Her commitment to helping others was further demonstrated through her internship at Resilience, where she served as a trauma therapist. Michelle's journey unfolds as she prepares to embark on a new chapter, transitioning into a full-time therapist role at Sage Therapy.
Wow, what an honor it is to be here in front of all of you today. It feels like it was just yesterday that I told my parents I was moving to Chicago to pursue my master's in forensic psychology. Time has flown by, and now we find ourselves gathered here to celebrate our achievements. Today, as we celebrate our commencement from this prestigious institution, I invite all the graduates to self-reflect. Take a deep breath and think about your journey at the Chicago School. Think back to the late nights of studying, the moments of insight in the classroom, and the friendships forged along the way. Consider the challenges you've all faced, the growth you've experienced, and the failures that ultimately led to your success. As psychology students, we have delved deeply into the intricacies of the human mind, exploring behavior, emotion, and cognition. Our studies have allowed us to examine our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. And through this exploration, it's challenged us to confront our assumptions, biases, and limitations while promoting greater self-awareness and empathy. Throughout our academic journey, we have experienced many moments of self-reflection where we've questioned our beliefs, values, and even our essence. We have overcome self-doubt, persevered through those long nights of studying and writing 20-plus page papers, knowing we couldn't back out now. By facing our vulnerabilities and acknowledging our shortcomings, we learn to adapt and evolve. As we move forward into the next phase of our lives, I encourage you to embrace the journey of self-exploration. One of the most important lessons taught by psychology is the value of embracing failures. In a world that often glorifies success and achievement, it can be easy to view failure as a setback or a reflection of our inadequacies. But I challenge us to see failure in a different light. See it more as a stepping stone on the path to success. I remember when Dr. Jason Dana told me, as I sat in his office crying because I thought I had almost failed his ethics class, said, "Michelle, if you're going to fall, fall forward." Initially, I was confused about what he meant by that. And then I thought, well, this quote sounds awfully familiar. Is he quoting Denzel Washington right now while I'm crying in this office? However, I realized that achieving my goals would require dedication and perseverance. And yes, there would be hardships along the way. I reflected on Dr. Dana's words about embracing the concept of falling forward, and it was about resilience. Resilience in the face of setbacks, pushing through difficulties, gaining wisdom from each experience, and growing with every challenge. In realizing my resilience, I recognize the importance of uplifting others, and our student body amplifies this ethos together, supporting each other through our program's most challenging setbacks and fostering a culture of mutual encouragement and growth. So what does this mean? This means that failure is not a sign of weakness, but rather it speaks to your courage and resilience. Our failures teaches us some of the most valuable lessons, and by persevering through adversity, we ultimately achieve our most significant victories. So don't be afraid to ask for help, ask for questions, push beyond that comfort zone, and most importantly, embrace the unknown, because true growth and transformation happens in these moments of uncertainty and vulnerability. Being a graduate of the Chicago School is incredibly meaningful. It represents more than just acquiring psychological expertise, but also a dedication and commitment to the institution's core values. It means embodying compassion, diversity, and social justice, and integrating these values into personal and professional pursuits. As you step into the world, I want us to all carry these values with us and let them guide our actions and decisions. And as we approach this new chapter in our lives, it's necessary to embrace the growth and understand that failures can be essential to our development. To conclude, I want to express my deepest gratitude to everyone who has contributed to our success, especially my family and friends. I was able to make it this far because of your support. To all the graduates, I challenge you to use your degree to create positive change in the world. Our journey at the Chicago School has been one of self-discovery, growth, and transformation. And you will go on to make a profound impact on the world. So continue to lean on the support of your peers, your mentors, and your loved ones. And remember that true success is demonstrated through growth and resilience in the face of adversity. So congratulations to the graduating class, and may your future be filled with achievement, growth, and meaningful contribution to society. Thank you, and best wishes to all.
Congratulations, graduates. I am Dr. Michelle Nealon, president of the Chicago School, and it truly is my great honor and privilege to celebrate with you and your loved ones today, and to welcome you officially to the Chicago School alumni community. As we celebrate today, we bring together graduates from across so many academic programs and disciplines. While the expertise gained in each of these programs is unique, and the path forward for each group of graduates is pointed in a slightly different direction, I've been reflecting, just like you, Michelle, on the fact that we are all nonetheless bound together by a common vision and a common responsibility as Chicago School alumni. No matter our field, whether it's counseling, clinical psychology, business psychology, criminology, or more, we are all committed to serving as change makers for those around us. We are committed not just to carrying forward the systems of yesterday, but to building new systems that create a more equitable and just tomorrow for all of us. But more than a commitment, this work is our responsibility. We know that as members of the Chicago School community, we have the unique privilege to be here today. We know of friends, family, and colleagues who may not have had the opportunity to pursue higher education for a variety of reasons. Thus, we have that special responsibility to honor the privilege of educational opportunity. We must dedicate our careers to creating systemic, lasting change for those around us, change that will throw open the doors of opportunities for future generations. And I know that you will achieve these lofty goals because I've seen all that you've been able to accomplish individually and collectively during your years at the Chicago School. You've balanced school with professional and personal responsibilities, taking on many early mornings and many late nights and during the nights to meet the demands of your coursework. You've wrestled with complex debates in your field, finding your own niche of passion and expertise both inside and outside the classroom. And you've stayed grounded in our shared values of education, innovation, community, and impact. Each of these values serves as a vital pillar to your future success personally and professionally. In education, I encourage you never to retire your role as a student. In our ever-changing fields, there's always more to be learned, both from yourself, from your clients, and from your colleagues. In innovation, I encourage you not to be afraid of change and what's new, but to embrace it as an opportunity for your own personal growth. In community, I encourage you to support each other. After a difficult day of work, I want you to know that the entire Chicago School Alumni Network is behind you, standing together to lift you up. And in impact, I encourage you to use your new skills, expertise, and experience for the good of those around you. By working together, we can, brick by brick, lay the foundation for a more vibrant and inclusive future. United by these common bonds, we are brought together across disciplines to cultivate what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. termed as the beloved community, a society where you get a fair chance at realizing your full potential, no matter your background. This is an effort that no one single person can achieve alone. This is a monumental task that will require each of us to play our part and then to hand off the torch to the next generation of changemakers so that they too can make their mark. While daunting, I am confident that each of you now carry with you the knowledge and the mindset needed to play your part in this courageous societal project. I cannot wait to see all that you will accomplish to carry this vision forward as very proud and successful Chicago School graduates. Congratulations again to each and every one of you. And now, we will be presenting a candidate for a posthumous degree. And I would like to call forward my colleague, Dr. William Brown, Provost at the Chicago School, to present this degree with me.
Dr. Nealon, Erica Cast is presented as a candidate for the Doctor of Psychology degree in School Psychology. Her dissertation title was Taking Time and Making Space, the Effect of the Meta of Loving Kindness on the Stress Levels of Graduate Students. Accepting the degree on her behalf is Erica's mother, Maggie Cast.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Chicago School and by the state of Illinois, I hereby confer upon Erica Cast the Doctor of Psychology degree in School Psychology, in witness whereof we now award the diploma.
We shall now proceed with the presentation of candidates for degrees. Each candidate has been approved by the faculty and the Board of Trustees to receive the degree indicated in the program and on their diploma, subject to the completion of all degree requirements.
We will begin by announcing the candidates for the College of Undergraduate Studies for the Bachelor of Arts, Criminology. I invite Dr. Davis to congratulate your students. Lauren Mavros. We will now announce the names for the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Akila Harris. Nina Rossi. Kyla Velez. Tsunami Ferris. Jessica Snyder. Yvonne Jaimez Teo. Angela Barasa Owens. Miguel Hernandez. Brianna Rizzo. Alexis Carrillo. Melinda Ayala. Brittany Kowalski. Samaya Lewis. Kyle Hopkins. Mecca Jennings. Corica Jefferson. Melody McNulty. Carissa Reyes. Alexandra Dominguez. Denise Landy. Ariana Cabrera. Richard Cordova. Corey Hogan. We will now announce the names and candidates for the College of Graduate and Professional Studies, starting with the Master of Arts in Applied Behavioral Analysis. I invite Dr. Brandt and Retfeld forward to congratulate your students. Tiara Blakes. Crystal Weatherspoon. We will now announce the candidates for the Master of Science in Applied Behavioral Analysis. Zaina Sroor. Mackenzie Collins. Sarah Hicks. Kasia Lynn Najelski. Kiara Chantel Davenport. Ivana Izzo. Valentina Rocha. Amber Reese. Ashley Foote. Alicia Pancimento. Olivia Summer. Rafael Cruz. Anaksha Power. Samantha Spizak. Cameron Bucci. Aaliyah Moore. Anna Giselle Galang. Paulina Aguirre. Christina Hatcher. Neil O'Neill. Molly Corrigan. Dejane Newtall Walker. We will now announce the candidates for the Master of Arts in Applied Psychology. I invite Dr. Nugent Hirschbeck forward to congratulate your students. Anahit Gokazyan. Miera Alvarez. Viviana Valdez. Paulina Gallegos. Andrea Herreros. Diego Ventimilla. Chanel Addison. Jasmine Sharp. Miranda Curtis Sims. Mary Fushi. Latoya Jones. Marissa Barnes. We will now announce the candidates for the Master of Arts in Psychology. Kennedy Wilson. Yesenia Ballesteros. Jennifer Cousino. Alexa Nilsson. Taylor Van Dre. We will now announce candidates for the Master of Arts in Behavioral Economics. I invite Dr. DeWalt forward to congratulate your students. Ivan Kevin Castro. Angelica Kopichko. Breon Taylor. We will now announce the candidates for the Master of Arts in Clinical Mental Health Counseling. I invite Drs. Foster and Laughlin forward to congratulate your students. Joseph Uday. Aisha Johnson. Sydney Thomas. Miriam Ayashi. Sarah Blackwood. Maha Asar Fashihi. Camila Morgan. Crystal Luster. Brianna Davis. Tamara Miller. Caitlin Hoy. Grekiran Singh. Corey Kilmartin. Valerie Barker. Sherry Bobbitt. Savannah Millspaw. Lacey Jones. Sarah Ingalls. Savannah Johnson-Schmidt. Lauren Ewert. Kiani Lewis. Ria Agarwal. Sarah Guerrero. Andrea Norstad. Vanessa Diaz. Casey Van Hack. Megan McMorrow. Cassidy Alhoff. Tamaya Holcomb. Juliana Corrigan Fredericks. Anna Schlusser. Brianna Chernak. Maggie Bechtel. Rochelle Fuller. Marshall Farron. Megan Molina. Erica Tyson. Kaylee Campbell. Callaway Voss. We will now announce candidates for the Master of Arts in Industrial and Organizational Psychology. I invite Dr. DeWalt forward to congratulate your students. Lindsay Steffens. Jillian Miller. Maxine Wynn. Elizabeth Holzell. Johnny Black. Afsa Akil. Naija Onowebu. Jordanay Moore. Joya Bryant. Elsa Luxinger. Mahima Budathoki. Sophie O'Neill. Heather Hansen. Gabrielle Campbell. Stravula Kontu. Blessing Parr. Rushika Paliwal. Pooja Das. Scott Merchant. Kristen Shong. Kayla Smith. Michelle Rosenberg. Patrick Helfrich. Ronnie Marishkumar Patel. Elizabeth Reyes Chea. Brian Harris. Dante Dampierre. Ethan Torenheim. Rhett Jala. We will now announce the candidates for the Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership. Kati Tanashkulu John. We will now announce the candidates for the Master of Public Health. Alexis Hill. Leah Hutchins. Maureen Kahn. We will now announce the names and candidates for the Doctor of Education, Educational Psychology and Technology. I invite Dr. DeWalt forward to hood your students. Karen Sanderson, exploring elementary teachers' perception of digital technology and digital literacy amid COVID-19 pandemic. Lynn Marie Higman, ACEs in college students, linking childhood trauma, social media usage in adolescence, and learning of Generational Z in higher education through a Reddit analysis. Anna Heredia, factors of effective family-school relationships using distance learning technologies during the COVID-19 pandemic and its aftermath. Sierra Smith, impact of stress on higher education academic performance, a qualitative study of Midwestern American University students. Melissa Radhe, the experiences of female students of color with technology in a post-high school STEM program, a phenomenological research study. LaFrance Knox, self-perception of a virtual setting for the behavioral intervention check-in, check-out process. We will now announce the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy, Applied Behavioral Analysis. Dr. Bryant, please move forward to hood your students. Tara Dalton, examining the effects of interdependent group contingencies on teacher behavior in high school classroom. Leanna Rousseau, an evaluation of the effects of self-management, accountability, and goal setting on weight loss in adults by use of social media. Elena Hurd, on ground to online, evaluating student response systems on student performance for asynchronous learning environment. Pilar Bonilla, Loving Kindness Mediation, Analyzing the Effects of Mediation on Implicit Bias in ABA Staff. Yadzaina Garcia Padua, the effects of speaker instruction and listener instruction on the emergence of bidirectional interverbals. Megan Moore, an evaluation of the use of computer-based direct instruction to teach teachers to implement a group contingency. Elizabeth Janari Crosby, The Kids Are All Right, Implicit Racial Bias and Relational Density Theory. Jennifer and Dosha, Training Gluten Detection in Canines, Quantitative Guidelines and Methodology using Reward-Based Operant Conditioning. Tanisha McLaren, Comparing Interdependent and Individualized Equivalence-Based Instruction to Lecture to Establish the Equivalency Class, Formation of Elementary School Students. Mary Schoner, The Effects of an Interdependent Group Contingency on Reading Performance and On-Task Behavior. Brittany Beaver, Increasing Interdependent Living Skills Through Self-Management and Group Contingencies. Beth Politz, Evaluating the Efficacy of Remote Habit Reversal Training in Reducing Speech Disfluencies Among Adults. Sandra O'Doherty, Remote Teaching of an Acceptance and Commitment Therapy ACT Informed Training Package for Improved School Staff Outcomes. Natalie Salazar, The Use of Public Posting and Verbal Descriptive Feedback on Completing a 5K Training Program. Amy Delilah Ohm, Implicit Bias and Behavioral Analytic Professionals, The Effects of a Manualized Training Program on Perception, Knowledge, and Self-Assessment Outcomes. Is it Catrone? Catrone, do you know? Catrone. And Arvin, say your last name. Say it again. Okay. I invite Dr. Catrone forward to hood your student. Arvin Ramakrishnan, a perspective-taking approach to gender-based social discounting and relational density. I invite Dr. Ormandy forward to hood your students. Nicholas Schreiber, Functional Assessment of Smoking and Feasibility of Cessation Without Nicotine Replacement. Daniel Schmidt, Resurgence of Desirable Behavior of Compound Academic Responding under Free Operant Procedures by Graduate Student Participants. Sarah, say your last name. Okay. Say it again. We will now announce the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy, Behavioral Analysis. Dr. Brandt, please move forward to hood your students. Sarah Bendekovitz, the effects of scenario-based learning and personalized system of instruction on ethical decision-making in registered behavioral technicians. I invite Dr. Cutroni forward to hood your student. Samantha Denegri, an examination of enhanced supervisory perspective, taking abilities to incorporate compassionate practice in the workplace. I invite Dr. Ormandy forward to hood your students. Hope Merritt, comparing the effects of contingency management and contingency management plus acceptance and commitment training on smoking behavior. We will now announce the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy, Business Psychology. Dr. Hay, please move forward to hood your student. Ariel McGrew, Dark Triad Traits and Female Leadership. Ismail Kobatari, Workplace Fun, an investigation into the psychometric instruments and the relationship with employee engagement. Nicholas Lai, enabling group psychological safety through organizational knowledge management. I invite Dr. Thompson forward to hood your students. Laura Barnes, the impact of psychological capital and growth mindset on adaptive selling and work engagement. Mika Mayenga, examining the influence of realistic job previews, job satisfaction, and pay perceptions on turnover intentions among U.S. military service members. Divya Gurajai is working virtually, working for teams. DeAndre Rutes, psychological capital's impact on engagement in lower resourced environments. William Zern, burnout, engagement, and production deviance in remote work. Tracy Charles, the COVID-19 pandemic, an interpretive phenomenological analysis on millennial leaders and the constructs of positive psychological capital and authentic leadership style. Linda Mitchell, a narrative study on resilience in leadership based on the theory of transformational leadership. Lolita Tooney. What does it mean to be a firefighter supported by supervisors who exercise transformational leadership and emotional intelligence? Sheree Mansfield. Life Goes On, a qualitative phenomenological examination of the transition experiences of former women NCAA Division I student athletes when retiring from their sport of basketball. Casey Smart. Understanding Complex Dynamics and Mental Health Program Evaluation, a participatory case study. I invite Dr. Trombley forward to house your students. Ellen Grant. Conscientiousness as a predictor of academic performance, dissertation completion rate, and retention in online doctoral students. Andrea Henschel. Autism spectrum disorder representation in prime time television, perception of the autistic job applicant. Andre Jackson. Waking Up, a narrative inquiry into deconversion stories of former Jehovah's Witnesses Bethelites. Sherry Green. Hiring re-entry program facilitators, cultural competency, relational demography, and person, environment, occupation performance, a qualitative modified Delphi study. Kara Harris. Unlocking the power of wisdom, fostering wise reasoning for a complex business problem. Rico Poon, exploring what essential elements are needed for ongoing performance feedback. I invite Dr. Parker Williams forward to hood your students. Nina DeAugustinis, the impact of a cross-cultural upbringing on a leader. Emmanuel Neal, observing professional coaching students for alignment with International Coaching Federation's core coaching competencies, a case study. We will now announce the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy, Counselor, Education, and Supervision. Dr. Foster, please move forward to hood your student. Tracy Hunt. The impact of clinical supervision on the authenticity of African American counselors in training. I invite Dr. Rush Wilson forward to hood your students. Brittany Jordan. Black residential fathers' lived experiences related to fatherhood, father-child attachment, and perceived support systems. Jessica Newton Banks. Factors of self-actualization, hierarchical regression of predictors of wellness and self-actualization for Black Americans. We will now announce a candidate for the Doctor of Philosophy, International Psychology. Dr. Luter, please move forward to hood your students. Kiera Pickens. Mental health seeking attitudes of South African college students.
Lewis, is it Lewis or Luis? Lewis. Got it, Lewis.
Luis Gomez. Trauma Tales, a phenomenological study on migration trauma in women from Honduras. Robin Wheeler. Supporting familial child sex trafficking survivors in the Philippines, case studies.
Is it Utavalo? Emma, is it Utavalo? Say it again. Otavalo.
Emma Howes. Indigenous Health and Healing at Otavalo, Ecuador, an interpretive phenomenological study.
Kathy, say your last name. Kathy, say your last name. Okay. Got it. Ready?
Kathy Sasser. Intimate partner violence survivors in South Africa, coping with distress and quality of life. Malia Belton. Lived experiences of Western humanitarians servicing non-Western societies, expectations and experiences. Arusha Kumar. Wartime sexual violence against females, the male refugee perspective. We will now announce the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy, Organizational Leadership. Dr. Hay, please move forward to hood your students. Stephen Shook. Organizational Agility with Higher Education, a phenomenological study through the perspectives of staff members, mid-level managers. I invite Dr. Thompson forward to hood your students. Robert Stoner. Leader self-awareness. Relationships of leader self-awareness and emotional regulation on endemic well-being. Denario Bolton. Leader perceived inclusivity. Impact on cultural intelligence on perceived inclusivity among global leaders.
Women in leadership, influential factors and attributes that assist women rise to the top.
Tina Sahakian. Women in Leadership, Influential Factors and Attributes that Assist Women Rise to the Top. Devonna Chapman. Psychological Capital and Workplace Burnout in Psychiatric Nurses. I invite Dr. Trombley forward to hood your students. Robert Angulo. Toxic Leadership, Burnout and Feedback Seeking. Effects on Mental Health Workers and Nurses. Tamia Ryan. Leadership Stories, working towards reducing racial microaggressions in the workplace with a spirit of inclusivity. Jennifer Smith. Private practice mental health clinicians, lived experiences with entrepreneurial leadership, social learning, and burnout throughout the COVID-19 global pandemic. John Eifert. Navigating Complexity in Modern Work Environments, a hermeneutic psychological inquiry to the lived experiences of USFS employees. We will conclude with the announcing of the candidates for the College of Professional Psychology, starting with the Master of Arts in Clinical Psychology. I invite Dr. Slobig forward to congratulate your students. Brittany Stevens. Marissa Birch. We will now announce the candidates for the Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology. I invite Dr. Keishan forward to congratulate your students. Emily Bragg. Kaylin Panillo. Sruthri Pradeep Antamaram. Lucas Scheidel. Wendy Joanna Pita Fernandez. Julissa Herrera. Angelica H. Zizek. Evelyn Delgado. Allison Stockfleth. Madeline Garlish. Evelyn Padilla. Susan Pragaspathy. Ivana Coralia. Anthony Lopez. Alyssa Lorenzo. Tiana Hilaris. Tess Trelevin. Lynette Lucero. Amy Aukus. Lucia Young. Amen Fatima. Daniel Pritcher. Alyssa Hughes. Lauren Williams. Neil Saney. Kristen Moore. L'Oreal Brooks. Makina Davidson. Catherine Fitzgerald. Sydney Schillinglaw. Allison Weathers. Robert Kimmins. Jasmine Ibarra. Erica Bland Hughes. Jenny Patel. Dea Ketjonsty. Cameron Justin. Eva Baer. Michael Tater. Misha Searcy. Casey Curtin. Rashonda Kirkwood. Rosemary Sanders. Kendall Spirit E. Jackson. Christy Wallstrom. Nusrat Juarez. Jesse Aviles. Letty Vitia. Katia Ortiz. Diana Contreras. Keon Bell. Nina Gianta. Emily Espine. Sydney Mesker. Sage Rogers. Laura Skoronsky. Sarah Zolkana. Camilla Burks. Andrew Chin. Carol Massey. Donald Stevens. Holly Miller. Emma Puritz. Jacob Wagoner. Tamara Stolovitsky. Catherine Berry. Catherine Smith. LaWanda Thomas. Brianna Harrison. Heaven Lathan. Deja Davenport. Morgan Mattis. Courtney Jensky. Yareli Reyes. Anisha Manga. Elaine Solat. Nathan Miller. Catherine McNall. Olivia Honey Turner. Emma Thompson. Daniel Boehner. J.D. Farrell. Nicole Skatchel.
Aaron, what do you think about this? I mean, it doesn't make sense. Just applied behavioral analysis, period. Science? Oh, I see. It's science there. Got it.
We will now announce the candidates for the dual degree Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology and Master of Science in Applied Behavioral Analysis. Marissa Alcala. Grace Moran. We will now announce the candidates for the Master of Arts in Forensic Psychology. I invite Dr. Belamonte and Lefegidal forward to congratulate your students. Leslie Schill. Rio Parlin. Madison Hilt. Stephanie Thier. Lindsay Jordan Nettles. Maximino Hernandez. Jason Dugan. Jenna Smith. Kayla Linser. Kendra Coates. Emma Rose Frazee. Kaylee Reed. Amina Johnson. Rachel Fernandez. Jessica Artiaga. Madeline Fitzpatrick. Ripley Oblinger Hammond. Kylie Marquez. Anna Marie Sheldon. Adara Baltazar. Amber Prose. Madeline Horney. Bailey Angelino. Catherine Birmingham. Bailey Rayanne Kreiderman. Priya Bhakta. Akiba McKinney. McKenna Louth. Alessandra Luciano. Caitlin Casper. Emma Rooney. Destiny Calsert. Shelby Woods. Ashley Lizzo. Amber Munster. Kavya Korlapati. Genevieve Mohoejas. Emily Oslis. Delia Torres Esclaby. Kieran Preet Mon. Kavya Mahadavian. Jonah Parks. Antonio Diaz. Caitlin Kelly. Anna Grattan. Haraj Dar. Hajra Dar. Michelle Ponce Corral. Brenna Shelley. Tara Spawns. Megan Hintz. Gina Furlan. Ashley Camacho. Sophia Delamar. Suzania Koshelniak. Stephanie Robertson. Allison Spiva. Paige Ferguson. Audrey Prophet. Amani Swalern Gomez. Taylor Cossitz. Daisy Molina Cortez. Cassandra Watson. Sharena Anderson. Erica Alvarado. Sarah Bradley. Ashley Warren. We will now announce the candidates for the Master of Arts in Psychopharmacology. I invite Dr. Garrison Ford to congratulate your student. Marilyn Aboeji. Ariel Holston. Dr. Mirta Cabrera. We will now announce the candidates for the Master of Education in Psychology. I invite Dr. Losoff forward to congratulate your students. Shauna Markai. Amila Biladich. Joanna Carrera. Scout Weislicht. Cameron Richards. Sophia Hernandez. Patricia Sable. Isabel Levine. Blessing Casey. Jenny Sanchez. Kalia Barnes. We will now announce the candidates for the education specialists in school psychology. Stefania DiMonaco. Colleen Quigley. Hannah Burton. Paige Raymond. Kristen Hall. Madeline McKenzie. Natalie Mendez. Christina Caravello. Anu Copley. Gabriela Lishka. Sadie Allison Palmatier. Rachel Savage. Maggie Will. Janaire James. Ashley Haynes. Ariana Bone. We will now announce a candidate for the Doctor of Psychology, Applied Clinical Psychology. I invite Dr. Garrison forward to hood your student. Latoya Garrett. Stories, a phenomenological study of the strong black woman archetype and psychosocial functioning of women in African descent who have experienced complex trauma. We will now announce a candidate for the Doctor of Psychology, Clinical Psychology. Dr. Blay, please move forward to hood your student. Anita Johnson. The Live Acculturation Experiences of Asian Immigrant Women, Identity Formation. Lauren Colson. A case study on the effects of COVID-19 burnout among emergency department clinicians. I invite Dr. Bothney forward to hood your students. Sarah Gilberg. The Elephant in the Room. Guidance for white clinicians to provide quality therapy to black clients. Kimberly Nguyen. The experience of ethnic identity and Vietnamese American adolescents' psychological well-being. I invite Dr. Childs forward to hood your students. Charisma Dulvey. The South Asian culture on psychological help-seeking behavior in trauma survivors. Amber Rose Snedden. Keeping Up. A study of mommy vlogging and its influences on mothers' practice of intensive mothering. Samantha Stelford. A mixed method study of cognitive behavioral therapy addictions and police officers. I invite Dr. Cutler forward to hood your students. Taylor Roth. Healing from complex trauma while being parented through a traumatic lens, a narrative approach. Rebecca Goldstein. He told me if I misuse my, he would cut it off. A phenomenological analysis of what adolescent boys learn from consent from their fathers. Ellen, say your last name. Ellen Geddes. Internalized sexism in female psychologists. I invite Dr. Dansby forward to hood your students. Jacqueline Ariadne Carlton. The association between childhood maltreatment, relationship quality, and intimate partner violence for men. I invite Dr. Delangelo forward to hood your students. Julia Jordan. Come as you are. Sex education for LGBTQ+ individuals on the autism spectrum. Emily Herrera. My body is nobody's business. Exploring women's body image during a global pandemic, a quantitative study. Simran Agarwal. Barriers faced by healthcare providers in working with children with ASD. Lindsay Waxman. The impact of implicit theories and psychological flexibility on levels of anxiety in graduate students. I invite Dr. DeBose forward to hood your students. Salek Goss. Addressing addiction in the Muslim community, a practical faith-congruent intervention. Michael Olin. Institutions at odds. When moral mismatch lands to therapeutic mishaps, a critical phenomenology. I invite Dr. Fogel forward to invite your students. Sruthika Bakshi. Can the difference in treatment outcome of psychosis between India and US be attributed to the differences in treatment plan? A qualitative study to analyze the experience Indian and US clinicians here in their approach in treating patients with psychosis. Mohammed Khan. Working memory and diagnostic patterns in abused, impatient children and adolescents. I invite Dr. Jacobowitz forward to hood your students. Callie Joyce. Sex differences in adolescents with autism spectrum disorder on the Autism Diagnostic Observation Schedule, ADOS 2. I invite Dr. Cam forward to hood your students. Aisha Aurora. Are there differences in self-report of cognitive decline between post-menopausal women and post-total hysterectomy patients? Jacqueline Monsievice. The Ecological Validity of Behavioral Rating Series for ADHD, a meta-analysis and systemic review. I invite Dr. Kong forward to hood your students. Say Young Kim. Mindfulness-based activities and occlusive stress in Asian international students. I invite Dr. Kolb forward to hood your students. Jasmine Dillon. The efficacy of diversity education and training in a Midwestern Doctor of Psychology program. Samantha Brooks. Crisis intervention, team training, program review and development through the use of psychological theory and cultural humility. Jacqueline Garcia. Trauma and juvenile competency to stand trial. I invite Dr. Langtu forward to hood your students. Allison Levin. The combined impacts of the coronavirus pandemic and the community violence on the professional well-being of Chicagoland area teachers. I invite Dr. Nesselhowski forward to hood your students. Adam Bodner. What causes men to adopt incel ideology? Samantha Martin. The rose that lost all its petals, exploring the negative mental health impacts of evangelical purity culture on women who experienced it. Kayla Anderson. The influence of familiar messaging on African Black, African women's relationship with food. Kyla Anderson. The influence of familiar messaging on African Black, African Americans' relationship with food. I invite Dr. Slobig forward to hood your students. Zoe Goldstein. Exploring therapist influence on client experiencing. Is there a difference for experientially engaged and experientially distant depressed client subgroups? Danae Rollett. Toward a deeper understanding of co-constructed metaphors when treating complex trauma. McKenna Dunham. A qualitative investigation of prison dog training programs. Kira Cruikshank. Black American Transgender Women's Resilience, BATWR Group Intervention Program. Siley in Namdar, approaching effective substance abuse treatment with South Asian Americans. Julia Brown, the impact of military culture on recovery in physically injured veterans. Leo Summers, autism spectrum disorder and gender expansive identities, a phenomenological exploration of gender identity development. Thomas Marr, Brave New World, a program design of integrative biotherapy and psychotherapy treatment of first episode psychosis. Alexander Kittleson, the Argosy culture, students' experience of transferring from Argosy University. Stephanie Contreras, persecuting the living and punishing the dead, psychological implications of enfrosted disappearances in Mexico. We will conclude with the announcement of the candidates for the Doctor of Psychology in School Psychology. I invite Dr. Brooks forward to hood your students. Tadesha Short, school psychologist knowledge, skills, and perceptions of parental opioid exposure in school-age children. I invite Dr. Harrington forward to hood your students. Anna Craven, the impact of adverse childhood experiences on executive functioning in adolescence. I invite Dr. LeDuc forward to hood your students. Devin Mayers, Invisible Frameworks, Understanding Teacher Voice in Charter Schools. And this concludes the presentation of the graduates.
Will all candidates please rise? Dr. Nealon, on behalf of the faculty of the Chicago School, I present to you these candidates who have been approved by the faculty and the Board of Trustees to receive the degree indicated, subject to the completion of all requirements, and respectfully request that you confer upon them the degrees for which they are qualified.
Well, there's just one problem, that there's one last degree requirement. And this time, the faculty are not assigning the grade, your loved ones are. It's sad but true. And that is, we got to see how well you can do the celebratory dance. That's not going to get an A. Good try. We got to see it. Come on. We got to see you dance. I like it, Michelle. I don't know, families, loved ones, I'm like a C+, maybe. Let's see if they can raise it to a B. Come on. That's a good B, but where's the A, graduates? Come on, one more. One more, come on, give it an A. That's the A. Graffiti and all. Okay, all right. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Chicago School and the State of Illinois, I hereby confer upon you the degrees for which you have qualified with all of the rights, privileges, immunities, and honors thereunto pertaining. You did it. You did it. I do invite you to turn around and tell everybody behind you, thank you. Good job. You're next. Good job.
We're almost there. I'm Dr. Breda McGrath. I'm one of the Associate Deans of the College of Graduate and Professional Studies. Will all graduates and faculty please rise so that we can recite the Oath of Affirmation and Diversity. You can locate the oath on page 22 of your commencement program. Please raise your right hand and let's recite in unison, and other professionals may join us to reaffirm their oath. I hereby affirm that I shall discharge the responsibilities of my profession in a manner consistent with respect for the dignity and worth of individuals and communities, and that I shall strive for the preservation and protection of fundamental human rights. That I shall seek to increase knowledge of human behavior, cultures, and experiences to increase self-understanding and understanding of others, and that I shall use such knowledge for the promotion of dignity and human rights. That I shall seek to embrace the profession's commitment to understand and respect individual, social, contextual, and cultural differences. That I shall diligently protect the human rights of those who seek my services, and that I shall use my skills only in the furtherance of human rights and the integrity of the individual. That I shall strive to acknowledge and remove systemic barriers that prevent the ability of groups, individuals, and organizations to access services that promote the well-being of all. And that I shall well and truly recognize the traditions, ethics, and boundaries of my profession, and that I shall subscribe to these traditions and ethics freely and upon my honor. As a representative of the Chicago school community, I hereby affirm to actively participate in this learning and professional community by embracing its commitment to understand and respect individual, social, contextual, and cultural differences. As such, I will seek to gain knowledge of human difference, that I may increase my understanding of self and others. And I will seek to build an environment of mutual respect and inclusion where all are valued.
Congratulations to our graduating students, and welcome to our alumni family. This concludes the 2024 commencement exercises in Rosemont, Illinois. Guests, please remain seated until all faculty and graduates have exited the theater. Thank you.